Good afternoon. We are bringing you commentary of Manchester City against Aston Villa today from the Premier League. I am your alternative commentator for today. My name is Adam Todd. I'm on my own, and you are listening to the Commentary Hub. I'm looking forward to this one. It should be a good one. But before I bring you the action, I'll bring you the two teams. So starting with the host, Pep Guardiola, keeps on tinkering in a provisional back three. Edison starts in goal. Walker comes in. Walker keeps his place, with Diaz and Laporte both coming in. Rodri, Gundogan in the midfield. Mahrez, De Bruyne, Silva, and Grealish. And then Erling Haaland up top. For the visitors, it's only one change from Unai Emery's team. Emiliano Martinez starts in goal. Ashley Young, Konza, Digne, and Callum Chambers comes in for Tyrone Mings. There's a midfield four of Jacob Ramsey, Kamara, Douglas Luiz, Buendia, and then up top it's Leon Bailey and Ollie Watkins. So, like I said, this should be a good one. But, both teams could do with a win after both teams lost on the weekend. Obviously, Manchester City came out of the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium again with a 1-0 defeat. Aston Villa shipped 4 goals to Leicester, in which has been a promising start to Unai Emery's tenure in the Midlands. But Manchester City currently sitting in third after Manchester United's 2-0 win against Leeds United earlier on today. City sit on 45 points, 6 behind the league leaders who they play on Wednesday in a humongous clash. And Aston Villa hoping for European football. That's the ambition. High expectations at Aston Villa. They currently sit in 11th on 28 points, 10 clear of the relegation zone. Emery has really dragged them out of that. And currently sit behind one point behind Liverpool and 3 behind Chelsea. They can only really overtake Liverpool today unless they score. The goal win is about 7 goals today. But it's a big one still for Aston Villa. And about 8 minutes before kickoff. Obviously, you are listening to the Commentary Hub. This will be going live after the match. Manchester City have a very, very good record against Aston Villa. They've got 12 wins, won 12 consecutive home games against Aston Villa. Their last one was last season, end of the season, last game, 2-0 down and 3-2 to become champions again. What a game it was. Hopefully, I'm hoping for the same. Different kind of, statement. Different kind of situation. Not quite the end of the season, but it's still a big game, especially after their recent results. Been on pretty poor run of it, and if they do lose today, for the first time they lose 2 games in a row since 2018. So it's a rarity at Manchester City are losing games at the moment, but it's not been all shining at the moment, especially off the pitch as well. The financial fair play problems, over 100 allegations put forward to Pep Guardiola's side. He wasn't very happy in a press conference today. Came out and said some interesting stuff in a statement. Definitely more of a villain now. and it could push them on. It could spur them on to the Premier League title. Obviously, Arsenal dropping points again against Brentford in a 1-1 yesterday. But last time, obviously, Arsenal dropped points, so did City. That was only last weekend. So they can't afford to keep losing. They've got to win it. And even though their recent form, they've got to say they're favourites. I mean, Aston Villa have been impressive recently. Won 4 consecutive away games for the first time since 2008-2009 season. And only Man United and Arsenal have picked up more points since Unai Emery took charge. As the players will start to walk out to Blue Moon at the Etihad. Seems like a full attendance today. Yeah, Aston Villa pretty clear. Pretty safe for relegation, I think. Under Gerrard, they were really struggling, and I think appointment was needed, and it's definitely done a pretty impressive tenure. Emery has yet to beat Pep Guardiola. Drawn 4 games and lost 8. So it's not been a good record, really, for Unai Emery's team. Or for Unai Emery himself, sorry. And he's lost all 4 games against Manchester City. And the last time he managed against Manchester City, he was in the Arsenal dugout. They actually do have Arsenal next. That's not until the weekend. City have got to play them first in the week. They have Forest on the weekend. So there's some pretty big fixtures coming up. Manchester City in the Champions League as well. Obviously, Leipzig coming up soon. As the players do walk out, Ilkay Gundogan back into the team, captain the side. Obviously, it'll be interesting to see how they do actually line up. Like I said, no left back today in the starting lineup. Michael Lewis on the bench, along with the 3 other changes: Akay Akanji and Alvarez. Sorry. So it'll be interesting how they do that. Whether Rodri drops into that centre half position, he's played there before under Luis Enrique at Spain. There'll definitely be somewhere to attack, but Diaz first game back since the World Cup. Obviously, Ollie Watkins are leading the side, top goal scorer for them, with 5. On the other end, you obviously have 25 goals. It's quite a lot, isn't it? It's quite a lot. He's obviously come on a little bit of criticism recently. The 2 managers shake hands. They've known each other, managed to get to each other quite a few times. 12 to be exact. But yeah, then Haaland obviously come on criticism after last week's performance against Spurs, having no shots on target. But maybe that was because of the lack of Kevin De Bruyne. He only came off the bench against Tottenham. But as 2 teams go into their huddles, just minutes before kickoff. Phil Foden back in the squad as well. Manchester City. Might see him feature. Aston Villa. No Tyrone Mings in the entire squad. So it's an interesting selection. Callum Chambers is only his 2nd start this season. And the rest of the team keep their place. And what seems to be, a 4-2-2. 4-2-3-1 is quite a flexible formation. Ramsey and Buendia are quite wide cams, but also if it is a 4-4-2, 4-2-2, obviously Bailey can play up front in a 2 or out wide. Jack Grealish, who probably played one of his better performances against Tottenham Hotspur. We've seen 2 goals, 3 assists for him this season. Keeps his place with the front 4 all keep their place from last week's loss. Emiliano Buendia, 11th successive Premier League start for him. He got 3 goals and no assists this season, but a pretty important player to Unai Emery's team. Along with that 2-man midfield, it's going to be a very important battle. Look at Douglas Luiz, been very impressive. He's very close to joining Arsenal in the summer. Bukayo Kamara has really been mainstay in this team. It's Pep Guardiola's 250th Premier League game in charge. What a very good record for someone that's managed quite a lot of games. Won 183 games, only lost 34, which is very, very impressive. And you can visit the commentary hub on Facebook and Twitter for the Twitter handle. Commentary hub, so there's a minute's applause for former Manchester City player pay their respects to Tudor Thomas. The referee today was Robert Jones. His 19th game as a referee. Against Chelsea in the FA Cup. And their 4-0 win. There is Unai Emery. Really been impressive. Very experienced manager, obviously, as we know. Been about Sevilla, Villarreal. Very impressive. 11th game in charge in all competitions. 5 wins out of 8 in the Premier League. Obviously knocked out of both competitions. 1 to a shock loss to Stevenage in the FA Cup. 9th club in charge. 4 Europa Leagues, 3 for Sevilla, 1 for Villarreal. In total, 938 games in charge for the man from Spain. Another man from Spain. 7th year in charge for him, Pep Guardiola, as the 2 teams kick off. At the Etihad, Manchester City kicking left to right in a sky blue, and Aston Villa kicking from right to left with their away strip of black. As Ollie Watkins is already in behind here, Kyle Walker caught out. It's Leon Bailey, an early chance, and he's deflected for a corner off the port. A quick start from the visitors. There's a really good ball in behind by Coutinho, I think it was. Watkins plays it into Bailey. It does look. I'm not entirely sure what the setup is quite yet. I think it's about 3. So like a 3-5-2 or 5-3-2, depending on how you look at it, I guess. But it's been a very fluid one, I expect. And the corner goes short when Dia returns it to Douglas Luiz, goes back post, finds Kamara, a little bit of space, puts it back in, headed by Laporte, and flipped on by Gundogan, who's been fouled by Jacob Ramsey. 1 minute in, so quick start. It does look like a back 3. Kyle Walker playing the right hand side of the back 3. Mahrez and Reece to be very, very high. Barely even wing backs really. As Rodri at the moment. Rodri and Bernardo Silva seems to be playing as a bit of a pivot in the field. Bernardo Silva dropping the deepest out of the forward line. Pick up the ball as Ederson sees it in his own area. We'll look to start to build. Manchester will obviously try to control the ball, trying to create as many chances, get Erling Haaland as many efforts on goal more than he did last week. Would be more helpful for Pep Guardiola's side. Feeding the ball, and he usually delivers. Here's Kyle Walker. Plays it back to Rodri. Into Diaz, playing in the middle of a back three. In a side along with the court. It's been very out of change back four. Here's Mahrez up against Digne. 1-on-1. Here's Rodri. Plays it back to Mahrez. Finds Laporte into Greenish. 1-on-1 against Ashley Young. We'll try and jinx past him. Got a little bit of space. 2 on him now. Jack Grealish goes down the line. Ball in. It's collected well by Martinez. But yeah, it's been a very interchangeable back line for Pep Guardiola's side. As the minute Martinez tries to go long. Maybe that's why it's not been quite the City side we've seen over the last couple of years. Just a little bit off the pace, a little bit of vulnerability here and there at the back. Going forward, there's not been many problems. Still scoring as many goals as they usually do. So it helps them having a man that scored 25 goals this season and leading the way by 8 in the top scorer. Here is Jack Grealish finding himself a little bit of space. Jacob Ramsey there to cover. And it's gone for a corner. Corner apiece. Obviously, this last game was a 1-1 draw at Villa Park. Haaland and Leon Bailey with the goal. Could be the first time Aston Villa avoid defeat in both games since 2001 against Manchester City. And so the corner will be delivered. Ball in. Rodri free and it's goal! It's Rodri free header. No one picked him up. And it's 1-0, 4 minutes in. Great delivery, great header, great start for Manchester City. Exactly what they needed. They could go within 3 points of the leaders. And that is what they wanted. Rodri with a goal. His second goal of the season. And Unai made me very disappointed on how easy that was. Absolutely no one picking them up. Pep Guardiola with no real celebration. It was a great ball by Riyad Mahrez. No one tracking. I think it was Kamara just lost his man. Martinez can't keep it out. Look at it again. There's a 3-man little train. Yeah. Rodri's lost his marker too easily there. And Martinez can't keep it out. What a start. 5 minutes in. Rodri's got his second of the season. And exactly what they wanted. As it was a quick start from Aston Villa. Here's Buendia looking to come back with something. Kamara in a quick response. Ashley Young looking to get past Jack Grealish. Delivers and gets the corner. It's been a lightning start to the game. Yeah, Mahrez, great delivery. His 4th assist this season in 10 starts. Been very impressive recently. Mahrez. Manchester City have 3-6 this season, as many as in the previous 27 games. Like I said, it'll be the first time since 2018 they could lose 2 in a row, but it hasn't started that way. Here's Luca Digne, looks for Bailey back. The ball goes down as back for a goal kick. 4 defeats this season, as many. It's already more than last season. And, as Leon Bailey tries to hit the byline, but it went over too much there. As Man City will try almost out of the game. It's been absolutely back to 4 so far. Back to front. Nader Silva picking up the ball in the deep position. Here's Laporte. Tried to find out Haaland. It's cut out by Konza. Douglas Luiz looks long. That ball is on though. Leon Bailey was the one chasing him behind. It's a defence that can be got at. That Man City defence. "21 goals conceded this season. Quite impressive, but we've seen a lot better though. This is a lot better from Manchester City. There's De Bruyne, Rodri, Diaz, Bernardo Silva, again picking up that ball in a very deep position and dictate play. Plays De Bruyne into Mahrez, skips away from Digne, but got fouled. Aston Villa haven't got a very good away record against reigning champions. They've only won one of their last 29 away games. The last one was against Manchester United. About a rate, well, I think it was, my stats were correct, about 2008, 2009, so a long time ago. And staying like this could be a 13th consecutive home game win against Aston Villa for Manchester City. There's actually young headers away. The last one was the most entertaining one. Bernardo Silva will find Grealish in a little bit of space. He's got Jacob Ramsey for company. Back to Laporte. Modric, centre back's very high. Grealish. We've got Bernardo Silva in the overlap. We'll find him. Here's Laporte. Grealish. Bernardo Silva. Modric. There's an offside there. I think it was Grealish that just came back from the offside position there. Well, and yet to see him this game. He's 2 away from equaling the Premier League home record. He's earned 15 points this season from his goals. This is very impressive. I don't think he's a problem in my opinion for Manchester City. I think you might have to look a little bit elsewhere for those problems. He's making a run, but no one's quite found him yet. Obviously, De Bruyne back in the side, that's what he's there for. Also, top assist of the season with 11. He's only got 2 goals this season with Kevin De Bruyne. So a lot less than expected with obviously Holland in the side. That's what he's there for, to score goals. And score goals is exactly what he's doing. As Emiliano Martinez goes very long. It's over Bailey. Watkins finds himself a little bit of space. Can't find Bailey again. Tries to. It's come back to Rodri though. Laporte. That's a good ball out to Mahrez. You have Digne for company. Walker goes long. That back line. It's free at the back and it's, well, I would say it's a little bit exposed. Those balls in over the top of the wide centre halves. We're just finding different phases of the play. Attacking play, Aston Villa. Watkins and Bailey playing together up top. And what is more of a 4-4-2. Obviously, Buendia and Jacob Ramsey very wide cams, not really out and out wingers. With Louise and Kamara holding the match that midfield. Here is Kyle Walker. Rodri. Here's De Bruyne. Rodri. Great football. Looking for Gundogan in behind. Got to score. Oh, what a save. Emiliano Martinez denies Ilkay Gundogan. Should have been 2. The Argentinian says no. There's great football. Rodri, De Bruyne, back to Rodri. Simple as that. Gundogan in behind. Opens his body up. Left foot. Great save by the right foot of Martinez. Spread himself well. There's another corner. Back into the side today. Gundogan. His 3rd goal of the season. Obviously, he scored against Aston Villa in that famous 3-2 win at the end of the season that won them the Premier League. Mahrez delivers, defended better by Aston Villa as it's collected by Martinez. Captains aside today, World Cup winner, and definitely a hero now in Argentina after a lot of great penalty saves. A massive save, I remember, against Kolo Muani in extra time. 1-on-1, huge save. As Aston Villa look behind again as Bernardo Silva defends well. that left, almost like left centre half position. That's how deep he is. David Luiz cuts it out. 12 minutes in, and it's been a frantic start. Today's Player of the Match sponsor on the Commentary Hub is sponsored by Commentary Services. We'd also like to thank our broadcast partners for this season, JB Sports and Storm FM. And Emery looks on, a little bit angry at his side's starters as well. The first 30 seconds are out, the blocks. That goal just kind of hindered that. As Walker goes across to Aymeric Laporte, obviously changed his nationality to Spain last year, if I remember correctly. Walker goes long and tries to find Haaland, changes all sorts of problems. Manuel Martinez not dealt with that well. Gundogan, he scores, but it's a free kick. I thought a free kick would be given. Chambers did not deal with that ball over the top very well whatsoever. Haaland came in, Martinez came out, and there's a clash of heads, a massive clash of heads. With Walker, great ball in behind, Haaland's on the side, Chambers just let it bounce, wasn't watching the ball, and Martinez comes out and gets clattered by the Norwegian. Good goalkeeper in the end, but Chambers just kind of just lost the ball. Yeah, it's a bit of a clash there. Martinez comes out worse. Just Chambers almost looking at the man more than where the ball's landing. Martinez came out well. So it was dominance, and the referee Robert Jones calls up for a foul. But that defence again, that's another defence. Just not quite at his sharpest. Obviously, no Mings today. He's not on the squad. Callum Chambers, only his second start this season. As Bobby Jones explains earlier in Haaland why that foul was given, as Martinez is given treatment. As we look at the goal again, it was a three-man little kind of train, I guess. Support Rodri and Diaz involved, as Rodri just got away from Kamara too easily. I think it was a little bit of a block there from one of the City players. It was good in the end. Good corner routine. So Martinez, the power, just beat him at his near post. Obviously, City will look to add some more goals in this game to make it a little bit more comfortable, because I still think there's vulnerability in that back line. The changes. Martinez looks okay. He's on his back of his head. He pays the free kick out to Konza, Douglas Luiz, Ashley Young, Jacob Ramsey gets fouled, clipped by Bernardo Silva. It's Ashley Young will take the free kick, and we'll go over to Callum Chambers. And we'll try and bring the ball out from the back. Across it goes to Ezri Konza. He goes long, tries to find Ramsey, collects it well, back to Young. Starts in front of Matty Cash again. See Digne and find first place of Alex Moreno, a new signing came from Real Betis. He's on the bench today, along with new signing John Duran from Chicago Fire. Colombian striker. Not much business. Obviously, Danny Ings went to West Ham, which was a bit of a surprise. But Emery seems fine with the squad. On the other hand, Manchester City, well, probably the shock of the transfer, shock of the window, letting go João Cancelo on loan to Bayern Munich with an option to buy of 70 million. A little bit of a fallout with the manager, apparently. He wasn't very happy with not starting against Arsenal, and obviously thinks that no player is bigger than the club and let his services go. And Rico Lewis has obviously been quite impressive. He doesn't start today. He's one of the changes. Obviously, Zinchenko go to Arsenal in the summer. No one pays Jesus. Here's Aymeric Laporte. Into Gundogan. Bernardo Silva. Walker. A little bit of space. 17 minutes in. 1-0 up. Manchester City. Go free. Like they could be top of the table by the end of the week. If they beat Aston Villa and Arsenal. That's how close it is. Not been fully at their highest level, but they're still breathing down the necks of the teams above. As Mahrez plays in De Bruyne, but won't find it. It just rolls out for a goal kick. City fans applaud the idea. The outcome didn't quite come to fruition. Mahrez been very impressive recently. Obviously, scored against Spurs in their 4-2 win at home. Only just recently. Martinez unlocks the pressure of Haaland, but plays out to Luca Digne. Sorry, Chambers, sorry. It will play out to Digne. Looks up for options. Good tackle by Mahrez, but still has it Digne. Watkins has a bad flip. Effort of a flick though, and Gundogan retrieves the ball. Mahrez gets fouled by Digne. "14th start in 15 appearances." Only Ezri Konsa has featured in every game this season. Even Martinez had a couple of games out. Robin Olsen coming in. We can't fill their bench actually. They've got 2 goalkeepers on their 8-man bench. Obviously with injuries to Diego Carlos, he's still out. But he's back soon though. In training, he should be back sooner rather than later. Obviously Bertrand Traore back in training as well. City have their own injury problems in John Stones with a thigh injury. Here is Kyle Walker. Looks for De Bruyne, found himself in a great little space. Tries to find Haaland, but it's cut out by Chambers. Good opportunity there for Kevin De Bruyne to create again. There's a great little ball from Kyle Walker. De Bruyne just peeled off Kamara. Haaland was there waiting for a tap in, but it didn't come, thanks to Callum Chambers, as he will be the one to take the corner. Can he add to his assist collection? We're looking for that 3-man huddle again. Delivers a floated one. It's hit by Grealish. Sure, it's not too far away. It was straight from the training ground. Jack Grealish, obviously former Aston Villa player, thought, it was deflected by Callum Chambers, and that is not too far away. He was at Aston Villa for a long time. Helped them obviously get promotion, and it's back for another corner. It's £100 million move from Aston Villa. Whether it's been worth it is obviously your opinion. As it's VAR is checking the possible handball, which deflected off maybe the arm of Callum Chambers. It's no corner. Check completed. As Mahrez will take that resulting corner. Grealish not on the other side for this particular corner. So a 3-man huddle again. It's from DS3. It's Holland. Oh, what a chance! It fell to him kindly, but over the bar it goes, and it's again poor defending from corners. It was Diaz this time. He just broke free. Absolutely no one near him. Flicked it on, and Haaland just fell for him and just an instinct boot at it. It just hit Ramsey, hit Haaland, and over the bar it went. But Diaz probably should have done better, realistically, with the initial header. Just didn't get a lot of contact on it, just flipped it more into the centre. But poor defending again from that corner side, or side of the corner. As Watkins goes up for the header, haven't seen much of him or that front 2 at all, really. Couple of runs in behind. But Free's not, and Ederson himself hasn't really been troubled. Here is Diaz into Walker. I think the ball just might have gone out of play there, but been defended for a throw-in. Mike Sotheby in the stands today. Obviously won a league title back in the 1960s with Manchester City. He was mentioned in the Pep Guardiola's press conference as the FFP allegations were thrown at him by the journalists. So Pep Guardiola said that he would stay, whatever. He said he would call Paul Dickoff and somebody. But here's Douglas Luiz though, Leon Bailey trying to find Jacob Ramsey, but just held onto it too long as a wild shot goes wide. With a half opportunity there for Leon Bailey. Just held on for it a little bit wild. Douglas Luiz broke free there. Good little ball into Bailey. Just didn't quite get out of his feet, and wild shot really. And I think it's clearly taking a nick as it's gone for a corner. Going to be Douglas Luiz that does take it. As the players surround Ederson in goal. Watkins especially just standing in front of the Brazilian. As Robert Jones looks on, Luiz delivers. It's flipped on, it's Kamara back post, lifts it back in. Buendia goes up for a header, but it's going to go safely back to Ederson. It's a free kick anyway. 23 minutes in. I think I'm entirely sure where the foul was. Kamara lifted back in. Oh yeah, I think it was Luca Digne just had his arms around Kevin De Bruyne. It was actually Young retrieves back the ball for Aston Villa. Henry Konza over to Young. Looks long. Will try and find Watkins, but Ederson comes out and smashes it into the stands. Sorry. So here is that's a Martinez. No shots on target yet for Aston Villa. 2 for Manchester City. Six shots in general. 68% possession for the home side. As Martinez looks for Young, that is headed to Bernardo Silva. Going to be an Aston Villa throwing though down the right hand side in their own half. Jacob Ramsey, a very talented youngster, impressed a lot. I think, in my opinion, one of Aston Villa's best players, really, especially under the tough times of Gerrard and even Dean Smith. But they're just on a new trajectory, I think, under Emery, looking for European football at some point. That's the ambitious, a very ambitious club, high expectations. The owners set on this club, this historic club. As the ball goes back to Martinez and goes up to the Chamber. But definitely got the right man in charge. Really good appointment, especially looking at other clubs that sat that managers. Obviously, Wolves have appointed Lopetegui, a good appointment. Saints didn't really have a good appointment with Nathan Jones, as he's just been sacked after 14 games in charge. Bournemouth stuck with Gary O'Neill. West Ham stuck with David Moyes. Leeds have obviously sacked Jesse Marsh recently. They're looking for a new replacement. Haven't found one yet, as a couple of managers have rejected Leeds. And British gets fouled by Young. Former Aston Villa player. A lot of good moments in Aston Villa. Walker cut out by Luiz, but it's fought back by Gundogan and fouled by Luiz. 20 minutes to half time. It's been a competitive game. Man City have had a better of opportunities, but Aston Villa is still in it, but haven't created enough really to warrant any problems in that back three. And it's going to be a free kick for Manchester City. Kevin De Bruyne will most likely take it. Riyad Mahrez standing over it as well. It's far back. It's not going to be a shooting opportunity really. It's a very high line from Aston Villa, about 5 yards outside the edge of the box. Going to be De Bruyne that takes it. Will loop it in. It's going to be headed away by Jacob Ramsey. It's back to Bernardo Silva. It's headed. It might have been handball in there somewhere. It's Laporte. I think it was a handball. I think the handball was from Manchester City. A half opportunity there from another set piece. It's kind of causing problems really for Aston Villa. Yeah, it's just a ricocheted off Ezri Konza and hit Ruben Diaz on the arm in the end of the day. Here is Douglas Luiz back to Emiliano Martinez, who's kept the score to 1-0 really. Digne heads it on. Here is Buendia, finds himself on the ball for one of the first time. Digne looks for Watkins, but it's cut out. It's poor ball really by Luca Digne. Bernardo Silva will go across goal. Very dangerous pass, but finds the port. He just comes deep. Not really got many options. Go back to Edison. Bernardo Silva playing as a sweeper, really. Let's see. More listen to the home of alternative commentary. The commentary have is Kevin De Bruyne. Only 1-0 to Manchester City. Skip past Kamara. Opportunity here. He's found Grealish, a little bit of space. Tries to wrap it round, but a great save by Martinez. Flicked past the post by the Argentinian. The goalkeeper busy again. It was really good play by Kevin De Bruyne. Skip past Digne, skip past Kamara. Grealish found himself in a lot of space and tried to wrap it. Tipped very well wide by Martinez. Really good fingertip save. Well, the goalkeeper, there's another corner will come in. Of course, problems all game, these corners. Kevin De Bruyne is going to want to take it. He delivers. Oh, it's headed down. It's cleared. Not really. It's Grealish. Going to one right next to him. Doesn't play him though. Or it's flipped low. Buendia gets the ball. No handball. On for a break here. So fine. Leon Bailey's up against Walker, but that is very, very good defending by the Englishman. He gets around and applause from his teammates as well as the crowd. Just ushered off Leon Bailey like he wasn't there. Obviously, he's had a fair share of battles, Kyle Walker, over times. Obviously, dealt with Kylian Mbappe very well in the World Cup. If you can do that, I think you can defend against pretty much anyone. Here's Gundogan. Could have doubled the lead for Emiliano Martinez. It still is only 1-0. Here's Walker. Into Mahrez. Rodri, great round the corner. I think De Bruyne might be offside though. He's going to find De Bruyne. Cut open. It's blocked away. Kamara still got it. He goes for a goal kick, and I think one was offside, but the flag didn't go out. They played on. Good defending in the end. Another opportunity really in behind. Just running off the shoulder, left shoulder of Kamara. It was tight. Very tight. He's just ghosting behind, doesn't he, De Bruyne? He's just one time you see him, next time you don't. That's what he does. I was surprised to see him not in the team, really. Along with Ilkay Gundogan, I think. The best players at Manchester City, definitely the most important. In that number 8 role, plays it really, really well. Statistically, very, very good. Kyle Walker. Rodri with the only goal scorer today. Doesn't get many goals. This is definitely an important one. He's currently takes them up for the second. Back in front of Manchester United. We've got their 3 points against Leeds. Doesn't really do much to Aston Villa. They're sitting pretty comfortable in 11th. To be honest, Palace, struggling Palace, really 3 points behind. Then a point behind Liverpool, underperforming Liverpool, and 3 behind another underperforming side in Chelsea. Obviously, 6 behind Brentford, who've been very impressive, along with Fulham at 6 points in front of them. That's the European spots are. That's what they want to aim for, whether it's this season, next season, seasons to come. But 10 in front of the game zone, absolutely fine. I think they were fine anyway, really. When Emery took charge, He won. Well, it's a pretty poor pass, and Leon Bailey's won it. And Ruben Diaz, that is a sensational tackle, but it was given away really cheaply. I'm not entirely sure who it was. Just looked away for a second, and the ball was Leon Bailey's foot. As Leon Bailey is still down. Under the challenge. It was a really strong challenge by the Portuguese. Centre back is back into the team. It was a really poor pass by Kyle Walker, just ready to cross goals. Absolutely no one. It was a crunching tackle by Ruben Diaz. Got all the ball though. Got a little bit of the man though, which is absolutely fair enough why he is down, injured. And he will receive treatment. From not Aston Villa's medical team. 33 minutes gone in the first half. Haven't really seen much of Arnold. I don't think he's really had many opportunities to get his leg rubbed by the medical team. Leon Bailey is hobbling, but looks okay. As Monday Night Football, as Everton under Sean Dyche, he gets his first taste of Merseyside action as they play Liverpool. It really could do with any sort of result now after really poor results. A 3-0 loss to Wolves last weekend. And one again against Saints, who've got Nathan Jones the sack. So that was coming. As they will look for a replacement. They'll be in the market with Leeds. Probably looking at maybe similar appointments. Down at the bottom is very, very close to us, and they're probably very glad that they're not down there. But they play Arsenal next on the weekend. So obviously a tough fixture, really. It's a 4-2 loss against Leicester. Very uncanny, really. Been very impressive with that result. Was very poor, but Leicester put 4 past Spurs this weekend, so very consistent from Leicester. They play Arsenal, then play Everton, Palace, West Ham, Bournemouth as their next 5 games. Some winnable games to push on up the league. Want to finish as high as possible, really. I think Europe is definitely in reach, but Brentford and Fulham have been really impressive this season. Mahrez has an unbelievable touch. But Digne defends well once Digne goes long, but goes up for a throw-in. But there's a replay. That is, sensational touch. I don't think you had a chance. So that's probably why he's a professional footballer. And I'm not. But very good for the Algerian. Here is Diaz. Walker. Into De Bruyne. Here's Rodri. Finds himself a little bit of space here. We'll find Mahrez. He's up against 2. He just skips past Digne. I think there's another free kick. Might be the first booking. Yeah, it is. He's had a few niggles today at Mahrez. Yeah, he's counting the fouls, and it's the first booking of the game to Luca Digne on Riyad Mahrez. He's been very impressive this half. Yeah, clear tackle. Digne was calling for a foul for dive, so I don't think it was, to be honest. Free kick on a reasonably dangerous position down the right hand corner. As we're about under 10 minutes until half time. Only probably be a few added on after a couple of injuries to a couple of Aston Villa players. Mahrez and De Bruyne over it. Left-footed and right-footed options. It's not bad options to have, really. Martinez just getting his wall sorted, the 2-man wall. getting the poor job. It's going to be interesting to see how he delivers this, whether he whips this in, Kevin De Bruyne, or I don't know, Morris takes it or not. As Robert Jones sorts out the scuffle between Diaz and Ruiz, who's still going at it. It's going to be De Bruyne chips it in, headed wide by Rodri, and that is a goal kick. Goal scorer today, just trying to get in front of his man, jumps well. A little bit of argy-bargy in the box, but nothing too serious. He has it well wide. And Martinez will take the goal kick. No attempts on the goal. Manchester City just kind of settled the game down a little bit, become a little bit less frantic. First 5 minutes were absolutely frightening. Really back to fourth. Obviously, City got their very early goal. They'll look to get one more before half time. Preferably for Pep Guardiola's 8 shots for Manchester City. 3 on target. There's the one that's in behind for Haaland. Chambers heads it down. It's Haaland. He gets there in front of Martinez. Haaland tries to beat Chambers. Flashes it across. There is Gundogan. And that is 2-0. Like I was saying, they could do with a goal before half time, and they get exactly that. It's Ilkay Gundogan back in the team, back in the goals. He could have one. He's got one now. It's 3 for the season. Great play by Haaland. It was undecisive goalkeeping, really, by Martinez. He was in a bit of 2 minds of whether to come out for it. And Chambers just heads it back. Tries to head it back to the goalkeeper. There's an assist for Erling Haaland. His 4th assist for the season. We'll look at it again. It's De Bruyne. He looked in behind. He found him behind. Callum Chambers tries to head it back to the goalkeeper. Didn't really head it back to the goalkeeper. Martinez not entirely sure what he's trying to do to come out as goal. Really, Haaland flashes it across, and that's really, really good assist. Ashley Young will be disappointed to lose his marker at the back post, but really good play by Erling Haaland. Martinez stuck in 2 minds, really to go down and try to collect the ball maybe, and flashed it across, and it's back post tap in. Ilkay Gundogan at the back post, running the back post. We saw it last season in that 3-2 win. When we've seen it again, it's Man City doubled their lead. 5th goal and 4 appearances versus Aston Villa at the Etihad. He got 2 in that. I believe he got 2 in the last game. Callum Chambers probably it wasn't great defending again. Really tries to head it back to his goal. He heads it wide on Martinez, really, and that's why Martinez was stuck in 2 minds of whether to go down and try and collect the ball, or come at least try and slide out the ball, but got stuck and went back to his goal. And Haaland just beat Chambers down the byline, flashed it across for tap in for the German. As an important goal, fit round the corner by De Bruyne and Gundogan. City free flowing now is Kevin De Bruyne at the heart of it once again. Fouled by Douglas Luiz. Well, City, it's one of the best teams in the world to watch. It's yellow for Ruben Diaz, I think. Not entirely sure what for though. I'm sort of noticed like complaining. Obviously, we saw a lot of VAR problems over the weekend. Saw it with Arsenal, with the offsides. Yeah, it was Ruben Diaz that got booked. Not entirely sure why. He had a lot of VAR problems, offside problems with the Palace game. I think it was for charging at the referee, which we saw. Well, that's what Mario Lemina got booked for. And that's what he got sent off for. It was according to Ruben Neves, he was running aggressively towards Jared Grealish, who is VAR today. Yeah, well, a booking for running aggressively again towards a referee for the Portuguese man. But it's a free kick nonetheless, anyway, for Manchester City. And I don't believe it was on the foul. Kevin De Bruyne steps over it. It's quite far out. It's about 30 yards. About that anyway. Man City is still trying to question why I play while the yellow was brandished. Second minute of the game. Morris going to be taken. One has been blocked by Kamara and cleared by Ashley Young. Opinion for handball. Don't think anything was given though because it was outside the box. Bernardo Silva cleared away by Esri Konza. Louise flicks it over, but it's collected back by Manchester City. And Aston Villa just can't really get out of their own half at the moment. All being the hosts, and away trips to Manchester City are continuing to fail. Obviously, got a great point at home, and the Girls in charge at the end of the season. And here is Roger, one of the goal scorers, finds Grealish. Has been impressive today once again. Goes for Haaland. Konza gets there and defends that really well. Good play by the Englishman. Aston Villa changed that charge down as Chambers, who looks long. It's really poor by the centre half. He's been really tested today. Former Arsenal centre half. Fourth groups, but fifth actually. Second start. 10 shots, 4. As I say, compared to 2. Fast minute and 0 on target for the visitors. Compared to the hosts is 4, but here's Liam Bailey on the counter. They can't skip past Bernardo Silva. Has been very good in that role. That left centre mid role. Here is Grealish. A couple of minutes till half time. Man City lead 2-0. Goals from Rodri and Ilkay Gundogan separates the two teams currently. Here's Rodri trying to drive into that space. Another Silva tap around the corner. Oh, Grealish has gone down there, and it is a penalty. That is really, really poor by Jacob Ramsey. Grealish has got the other side. The arms got pulled by Jacob Ramsey, and Grealish went down under the challenge. Look at it again. Yeah, I think he got tripped as well, I believe. As well as the arm. It's a little bit of a pull. I think a little bit of contact, I believe. Not much. Maybe there's contact. VAR will check it. I think this will remain as a penalty. I think there was a little bit of contact for him to go down. Obviously very minimal, but you know, players will go down under very minimal incidents and tackles. As Riyad Mahrez is going to be the one to step up to the spot to make it 3-0 and put some really important daylight. Martinez is very good at saving penalties, by the way. Mahrez steps up. Not going to save that one though. Dives the other way. The Algerian makes it 3. And Manchester City are in cruise control as they hit the 45th minute mark. Yeah, Mahrez, that's it again. 5th goal this season. And Man City got 3 goals and looking for 3 points. Decent penalty. Martinez went the other way. And went to the keeper's right. And gets his goal. 3 minutes added on. Let's look at the penalty again. I think he clips Jacob Ramsey's shin, but then I think clipped his own leg when he was already going down. I think he might have been one of those. I think we've seen that quite a lot happen, really. But they're still poor, really, from Jacob Ramsey defensively. Just let Grealish go in front of him. Shouldn't have really, just made any kind of touch. Otherwise, anyone just goes down. Just poor defending, whether he got really any contact on it anyway. But 3 minutes added on. Man City looking good. 3 points behind Arsenal. With Arsenal to play on Wednesday in an absolute massive clash. And it could be a title, but they've got to play each other once again later on in the season. So, you know, but they all matter, and that one will definitely matter. Here is Kevin De Bruyne. Erling Haaland Again, really haven't seen him much of him, but not too well. Obviously, got the assist actually for the second goal, but haven't really needed to get him that much of involved, which is obviously great for Pep Guardiola. And that back three, well, I think we all questioned it really at the start of the game, but it's not really been causing any problems other than from maybe the first couple of minutes really from Aston Villa, who is looking for another defeat on defeat in a row. And Laporte just goes back to Ruben Diaz to Kyle Walker as the time ticking by to the 48th minute. As Haaland will chase down Callum Chambers. Chambers deals with it enough. Kamara, sort of chest down by the way. Ramsey could have a little bit of break on it. And Gundogan's trying to catch up. Well, here's Leon Bailey. Could do with a goal here. Aston Villa lifted in. It's gone behind everyone, over everyone. Douglas Luiz will retrieve it. Buendia is that a foul by Morris? Seems okay. Doesn't matter though. It's half time. Pep Guardiola seems happy. Well, he's running into the tunnel, but he'll be happy inside. It's 3-0 at the break. Goals from Rodri. Going to run and a penalty from Riyad Mahrez separate the two teams as we go into half time, and we'll be back for the second half after the break. Welcome back to the second half, and a couple of substitutions have been made. Manuel Kanji has come off for Ruben Diaz. Sorry, he was on the yellow card, and only Haaland has come off for Julian Alvarez. I think Haaland just picked up a knock in that clash with Emiliano Martinez in the first half. Obviously, Manchester City do lead 3-0. Goals from Rodri, Gundogan and Morris. 11 shots, 5 on target, 69% possession. It's all going one way, really. Aston Villa are going to have to do a lot. A lot to get back into this game. But still back three. Still the same formation, but there's different personnel for the home side. No changes from the visitors. Emery's decided to stick with the 11. He's got options on the bench. He's obviously got John McGinn, he's got Coutinho. Gundogan actually not on the bench. I'm incorrect. Didn't make the squad for whatever reason. Not too entirely sure. But yeah, this is obviously brought to you by the Commentary Hub. And today's player, the match sponsor. The Hub is sponsored by Commentary Services. And they would also like to thank our broadcast partners for this season, JB Sports and Storm FM, as Norwich delivered a free kick and cleared away by Watkins. Bailey goes short as Konza goes long. Been a very disappointing first half if you're Aston Villa fan. As travelling fans have come a long way. Well, I guess a long way to watch their team. And it's not been great, is it? Defensively, quite poor. Going forward, not much. They've not really created any chances. Edison has not had a single shot to face on goal. And they've only had 2 shots at all. Which is why I'm surprised there's no changes really from Henry. As Akanji goes long and finds Kevin De Bruyne is in behind here. Back to Grealish. He got the penalty. Bernardo Silva delivers, but it's a poor ball in. Poor defender now. Alvarez, Rodri. Great save by Martinez. And brought her back to his chest very well. It's really good goalkeeping. He's kept the score down, to be honest. It was really poor defended by Konza. Alvarez back to Rodri. It was a good effort and really good save. Especially because he palmed it, but claimed it back into his chest. As Gundogan was looking for a tap in. Kabara finds Young. City already applying the pressure in the second half. They're looking for more. Obviously, 3 goals is not really a dangerous scoreline, especially for Manchester City. They don't concede a lot of goals, especially in one game. Didn't know runs out of play. A couple of minutes into the second half. It's already started like the first half ended. Kyle Walker with the throw. Back to Bernardo Silva. It's been really well done. Really low pivot. So picking up the ball on that semi-circle on a half turn. Just kind of spraying passes left, right, circle. Not really. Every time Villa try and get the ball back. It's won quickly back by Manchester City. It'll be interesting to see what team they put out against Arsenal with its similar formation, similar players. Obviously, they could play a back 4. I think that would probably be the option for Pep Guardiola, but you never know. He loves to tinker, especially that back line. Gundogan, it's really good football. Gundogan, a little bit of space, trying to find De Bruyne, cut out by Chambers. And it's fouled by De Bruyne. Frenchman brought in this season from Olympique Marseille. Been really good. One of the better players. Very good holding midfielder alongside Douglas Luiz. Villa continue to spend money every season, but they've not really had a lot of things to shout for really since coming back to play. A lot of mid-table finishes under Dean Smith and Gerrard. Now they got Emery. They're looking to push on. So he got promoted quite a few seasons ago. Really playing back then. For Aston Villa, he got them up and left about the season after for a measly £100 million. Still the most expensive Englishman. Not the most expensive signing though. Alfonso Fernandez made his move to Chelsea from Benfica. Chelsea signing every player under the sun, every player in Chelsea's Twitter feed. Basically. But obviously they're the ones that not technically financially breached yet anyway. And all those 8.5-year contracts, just getting away with the rules. Surprised it's almost took this long for someone to get away with it really. Chelsea don't exactly that anyway currently. Maybe later years come by there might be allegations coming forward like Manchester City allegations are. Here is Kevin De Bruyne. 100 plus, obviously titles could be stripped, points could be deducted, teams want them relegated, who knows, fines, who knows. Kevin De Bruyne, it's over a 9-year period since Sheikh Mansour has took charge of ownership of Manchester club. Pep Guardiola doesn't seem bothered by it and seems to be using it as some sort of his team on. But here is Kyle Walker on the right hand side near the corner flag. Mahrez, City keeping it well early on. Akanji, obviously brought in by Borussia Dortmund. Here's Mahrez into Rodri, a bit behind him though, keeps it well and plays it back to Akanji. Come under a little bit of criticism recently. Obviously, didn't start today. De Bruyne flicked up by Alvarez. It's found out Grealish. Gundogan been really good today. Shows how important he is. Great little pass, but back to Martinez though. 51 minutes in. It's all being Manchester City. Obviously, you got Red Bull Leipzig in the Champions League round of 16 coming up next week, I believe. As Martinez tries to find Leon Bailey. That long kick. Here's Kyle Walker. Rodri. Open the scoring 5 minutes in. There's Grealish and Faz on a lot of space. Jacob Randy's going to go over eventually. Going to find Gundogan, but behind him, he's going to slip. It's falling to Douglas Luiz. And then we'll retrieve it just about. So he just knocking on the door for a fourth. And Villa can't really get out. Fernando Silva has been very impressive today. One of his better performances recently. In that little deeper position, really. Martinez finds Coutinho very well. Left back hasn't really been allowed to bowl forward. Here's Ramsey. Here is Digne. Finally getting forward. Here's Digne. Trying to find Bailey. It will find Bailey. Up against Laporte. A little bit of a shove. Absolutely nothing wrong with that though. That's a throw-in. I'm interested to see how long it takes Emery to roll the dice and see anything and change this game in any sort of way. Well, he made two changes, and I suspect we'll probably make more, considering that he does have a big massive game on Wednesday. Yeah, goals. If you look at the stats, goals conceded 21 compared to 13 last season. Clean sheets only 8 to 12. Shots faced 30 more. Defensively, that's where the issues have come. But today, absolutely no defensive issues. If you're a City fan, obviously on Twitter, looking through half time, they were clearly happy with the first half performance. Some people were saying that Pep just took a half season to start going, and now they've got that they wanted. Now not what they wanted. De Bruyne again, a little bit overweighted though. The top it goes. It's got not on the goal contributions for today, but still influential, just picking up really nice positions in between Kamara and the left centre half. with Chambers just drifting everywhere. Very, very good when he does that. Kevin De Bruyne obviously didn't have a great World Cup by his standards anyway, along with Belgium themselves, who crashed out the tournament early on. Golden generation not really shining as well as it did in the World Cup before when they finished third. But I think they're still looking for a new manager, I believe. Here is Grealish, 1-on-1 against Young. Isolates him, chips it down, but no one in the middle. He's going to go for a throw-in. Grealish just so good at kind of just allowing fullbacks to kind of come into him, and then he just goes past them. Just chips up, but no one got post really. Morris just arriving late. Alvarez already made his move. So he started the last game up front with Erling Haaland. Very good youngster, brought in from River Plate. Highly touted, started really well. Got 5 goals this season. 15 appearances, only 5 starts. Argentinian. He was, I believe, involved in the World Cup squad. Or maybe not. Here is Rodri. Just kind of strolls out from the field is Laporte. Bernardo Silva. Trying to create some space. Here's Kevin De Bruyne. He doesn't need space. Finds Jack Grealish. Over to Bernardo Silva. Lifted in. No one back post again. But we'll find Mario near the corner flag. Tries to beat. But Diaz has gone for a goal kick. Aston Villa still yet. Let's see. Get a shot on target. There is 2 substitutions. John Duran is on the bench. Sorry for the mix-up. Not the flash scores. Explain that recently. Tell me that he's not on the bench, but he is. Well, it's 3 subs lining up. I think it's Alex Moreno, John McGinn, and John Duran. And the roll of the dice will come in a few minutes' time. Interesting to see who does come off, and it's given away though. Rodri skips past Callum Chambers. He's got plenty in the middle. Alvarez does one of them, and he's just blocked. Defended well. It's collected in the end by Martinez. It's really poor, but I think that was Luca Digne. Chambers gets nowhere near Rodri. He had the point aim. I think it would have been better if he left it to the boy because he was coming onto it. It was behind the Argentinian. Be very good, Rodri. One of the best midfield CDMs in the league. Obviously, got Casemiro, Thomas Partey up there. He's definitely one of them. Really consistent. So important to a City team and how it ticks over. Rodri. Here is Walker. Skips away. Got grass to run into. Ushers off when Diaz not even there. De Bruyne trying to feed it through. It's cut off well by Kamara. Luiz gets past one. Feeds it to Ramsey. We can see the penalty in the first half. Trying to create something going forward. There's no real options though. No off the ball runs by that front 2. It was frankly the first 5 minutes there was plenty of runs in behind, but since then it's kind of dried down from the away side. But back to Martinez. He just finds a Kanji who will deal with Watkins and gets a free kick, and I think the substitutions will happen, and yes they will. It's all 3 of them. Alex Moreno first of all. I believe it's Emi Buendia coming off. John McGinn coming on. Luca Digne coming off, straight swap. His 4th appearance. And the Colombian will come on for Leon Bailey. As he goes up front. and they've not really impacted the game that much. Nor has Leon Bailey, not adding to his 4 goals this season. On comes John McGinn as well for his 18th appearance this season. Like for like substitution, it seems like I think McGinn will just kind of slot into where Buendia was playing. Wide cam roll. Duran will go on up top with Watkins trying to fill his presence. Here is Louise. His one back is Watkins. It's up against Akanji. Goes past him. And there's 1 goal back. It's Ollie Watkins. His 6th goal of the season. They cut him open. And with 60 minutes on the clock, Ollie Watkins gets the goal. It was, well, straight impact by John Duran. I think he was the one that won the ball back. He was definitely the one that put the pressure on. It was played into Bonner Silver going away. And it was one back by Douglas Reese really well. 1 ball through. Watkins, Akanji doesn't really deal with it and just slots it past Edison. It wasn't great defending in the end. Douglas Reese 1 pass. He's got another assist this season. Yeah, really good finish. Been really impressive this season. Another goal for Ollie Watkins. Now his first time he scored in successive games. I believe. And that he's got a very good record against. I think his 6th in 5 games against Manchester City. But a little bit of a wake up call really for the hosts. It's a first shot on target. Aston Villa. Pep Guardiola really disappointed. Just seemed a little bit too easily given away by Bernardo Silva. Got back by Douglas Luiz 1 pass through, and he didn't really come across and deal with it. But a good finish nonetheless. And 28 minutes on the clock left. It could be a tight ending if Man City are not careful. I look for a 4th. Walker trying to feed in to Alvarez. Konza comes out and does it well. Still Konza. He's come a long way. Alvarez has defended it well though. Trapped him all the way. The striker still going them 2. That is a crunching tackle and a booking from the centre half. Followed him all the way. And Alvarez gets the foul. But a very important goal from Ollie Watkins. And another assist for Douglas Luiz. The season now goes top assister for Aston Villa. They were both on level with him and Watkins. But he leads the way. Watkins leads the way for Aston Villa. His first real chance of goal, really. It's given away again, though, by Manchester City. There's Roger this time. It's Watkins up against Akanji. Slips over. Plays it back to McGinn. He's onside, I think. But it's cleared away by Manchester City. And just a little bit of vulnerability just creeping in on that back line. Akanji hasn't quite bowled into the game as yet. But here is Boubacar Kamara, Douglas Luiz, Ashley Young. Got a little bit of fight back into them. It's not a foul though. British wins it back. It's taken over by De Bruyne. He's got Alvarez to his right. He's going to go and find Alvarez, but it's a really good interception by Callum Chambers, an important one nonetheless. As Ashley Young does get the foul this time. Well, still we're trying to stop some sort of a quick free kick. But yeah, we've definitely got a game on now, especially if Aston Villa get one in the next 10-15 minutes. Could look interesting. Then looks down the line. Well, we're going to try and find Watkins in that channel. It's what was succeeding early on in that first half. Those balls down in that channel from the centre between the 2 wide centre halves and the middle centre half. Here is De Bruyne. Rodri will try and sweep it to Grealish, but I suppose defended well by Ashley Young. Question to see whether Pep Guardiola put some more changes on. Depending on the bench, they've got Foden, got Palmer, got Foden and Palmer on the bench, and the others here is Kamara, Douglas and Luiz. Goes back to Callum Chambers. Callum Chambers, good ball into Luiz. Don't slip and hit the ball up. It's given away though. Watkins trying to put pressure on Walker. Does well though. Mahrez, one touch, Rodri, De Bruyne, turns Chambers really, really well. Could be something on it. Gundogan, it's a really good ball. Grealish in behind it. 1-on-1 against Ashley Young's got him where it wanted. Good defending. No, it's not. It's really good defending though. Ezri Konze. It was Alvarez who came in the back post and it was defended a certain goal. It was Young just caught out again, really, from that ball in behind. Grealish, he's shepherding well into the byline. Really good ball in. Superb defending by Konza. Saved a certain fourth. I think it was definitely heading in the goal. On target at least. Really good, important defending. Kevin De Bruyne with the corner. It's going to go short this time. Mahrez out to Bernardo Silva. Back to Kevin De Bruyne. Left foot delivery is poor though. It's cleared by Watkins. Quite the waste really the corner. The corners have really caused Villa problems, especially outswinging ones from Mahrez. But City just trying to get back, settle the game down a little bit. Still a high percentage of the ball, 70% of possession. Here is Bernardo Silva. 23 minutes left on the clock. 3-1. Goals. First half goals from Rodri, Gundogan and Mahrez. Got a goal struck back by Ollie Watkins early on in the second half. But here is Rodri. Here's Laporte. Akanji. Filling on that middle centre back role. Diaz had to probably come off because of the yellow card. Is Rodri trying to find some sort of option? Bernardo Silva, Laporte, found himself high up the pitch. And we'll find Rodri. Gundogan finds himself in the great level. Space had to go straight at Martinez. Well though by Manchester City. Gundogan just open up for him. Why not? But Martinez saves easily. So he will look long and high again. Look for Watkins, chested down. Now for a throw-in. Off Mahrez's head, and here is Phil Foden. He's going to be coming on. 22 minutes left. Comes on for Jack Grealish. He's been really impressive today. Another really good shift from Manchester City. He's got a good performance against his old team. Fans in that kid in the stadium wants his banner, this shirt. Whether people are a fan of people winning other shirts in the crowd, don't know. It's a bit of a hit and miss, really. As long as a half and half scars, I'm personally not really a fan, to be honest. But each of their own. Phil Foden will go up to the left-hand side of the free. Back from being out the squad, really. I think he's been injured as well. It's good to see him back. Obviously, we know how good he is and how good he can be. Here is Kyle Walker, Kevin De Bruyne, just off the shoulder of Kamara again is really caused Kamara all problems. Mara's got loads of space to run into. He's got Foden to the left. Foden trying to smash it across. Doesn't find anyone known. It's retrieved well by Douglas Luiz. And Young, I think that's a throw in. I'm interested to see who does start that front four. Grealish will start. Anyways, Ferran Soriano, Manchester City chief executive officer. Obviously, happens a lot. Having a lot to deal with off the pitch. Fun games of FFP. I think it will be going on for a long time, as we've seen in the past with, clubs in the lower divisions as well. We saw with, they had a course against UEFA as well, which nearly got them banned from the Championship for a couple of years as Luis Watkins. But yeah, we'll just see what kind of punishment comes in for the Premier League. I think it comes to a surprise that the Premier League actually did anything really. We haven't seen a lot of it, but fair enough when they've come out to the criticism, and Man City have a lot to ask for, a lot to answer for. I'd sound no financial experts, but it looks a lot of issues. I think if you're a City fan, I wouldn't be surprised if you were worried of what is going to happen. But if you're loyal enough, I think you'll stay with your club and support them no matter what. Here is Gundogan. They've had a lot of success recently. Here's Kyle Walker, great pass into Mahrez on the right hand side. Here's Rodri. Gundogan's going to have a go. And it's keeper. Premier League, Pep Guardiola. One FA Cup. 4 Carabao Cups and 2 Community Shields. Obviously, the Champions League is one that they all want. Whether I think the eggs were maybe out of the Premier League basket, but now they're probably back in it. Considering how close it is, and the fact that they could go top by the end of the weekend. But Champions League is that one. But it is 2 more subs for Aston Villa. Matty Cash and Felipe Coutinho look to be coming on. Most likely be Ashley Young, maybe Jacob Ramsey will come off, I expect. Looking at that team. As the time ticks by, 18 minutes left. The pressure from Villa's kind of drifted away a little bit. That's it, just regained control, regained possession. Here is Rodri at the heart of it. Bernardo Silva. Back to Aymeric Laporte. Bernardo Silva again. Trying to wriggle away. Finds a Kanji. Rodri. Finds into that space. Finds Foden. First couple touches on the ball since he's come on. A Kanji. Space for the boy. Finds Mahrez. Up against Alex Moreno. Tricky customer. Mahrez back onto that left. Back to Kyle Walker, who will deliver. Headed away by Young. Bernardo Silva. Rodri. Finds Foden. Man City just keep getting the ball back. And it's an absolute pain if you're a bit of player watching the ball be won back every single time. I had success for a couple of minutes with that goal. Early in the first half as well. But here's Laporte into Bernardo Silva. Rodri. Gundogan. Another goal against Aston Villa. Gundogan. Passing Villa to death at the moment. Here's Bernardo Silva. Gundogan. Into Bernardo Silva. Rodri. Mahrez. Has no bit of green grass to run into. Walker with the overlap, doesn't give it to him. Back it goes into the centre. Rodri just controlling his game. Don't need to give him the ball away. Rodri, Gundogan got a goal as well. Nado Silva, still see Morris back post. Try and find them, doesn't. Going out for a goal kick. I think the subs will finally go on. As was correct, Jacob Ramsey comes on. And comes off, sorry, so it's actually young. For Coutinho and Matty Cash. Coutinho, a lot of appearances this season. 19th, only had 6 starts, no goals or assists this season. Matty Cash makes his 18th appearance. Obviously now a Polish international. Obviously through his grandparents. 9th of Poland. That's on by Duran. We haven't really seen much that's coming on. But Alvarez trying to flick it on. Going to put pressure on though. And that is a poor, really poor back pass by Conte. It's gone out for a corner. It was very overhit. Martinez couldn't really do much about that. Going to be Mahrez with an outswinging corner. These have caused problems all game for Aston Villa. Looks on. He'll be up inside. Doesn't look much pleased, but I'm sure 3 points will do him great in his 250th game in charge. So he comes to 184 games. 184 wins. 5 delivered, and that is a poor corner. Headed away by Matty Cash. First touch. Heads it away. Walker. Nado Silva. Into De Bruyne. Obviously, both teams are they've got 2 more soft cement available. Villa have got 1. De Bruyne looking down the line. We'll try and find Foden. It's good defended by Moreno. Chipped up awkwardly by Moreno. It's not really dealt with. There's De Bruyne. Alvarez. Back it goes. Rodri. De Bruyne. Good ball, Alvarez. A little bit overhit though. A little bit of a scramble. Let's just come back to Martinez, who just lumps it forward. He had enough. Laporte does that really well. And that's extremely well. Oh, Gundogan, that's given away though. As Villa look long for Duran, who's up against Akanji. It's a good effort from Duran, but it's headed back safely by the Spaniard Rodri to Edison. Again, not really had much to do really. Still only 1 shot on target for the visitors, and that was the goal. Only 3 shots with a one target. Gundogan. Rodri. Walker. Gundogan. De Bruyne. Foden's now on the right hand side. Nice little flip by Luis. Here's Moreno. Duran. And that is not worth an effort. It trickles to Edison as he slipped, taking that goal. Yeah, it's been much better for Manchester City, really. Very, very dominant on the ball. So many passes. 570 flaps so far. 520 of them have been completed, which is very, very impressive. Here is Coutinho. Duran. Out to McGinn. Just gone a little bit wide there. McGinn. Chested back by Luis. Luis still. No foul though. It's shoved off by Alvarez. Nancy looked to break as it's with Kevin De Bruyne. It's got Foden running in front of him, but Martinez is going to get there. And something for the corner. Coutinho. Nice little drop of shoulder there. Pass to Duran. trying to cause some sort of a nuisance of himself. It's a very tall striker, wasn't it? Not as tall as Warren actually yesterday, who I watched, and was very tall. He is a nuisance. But it's what we do. It's what we do with the height. I think he, as long as he can win headers, cause a threat. He's obviously very young, that John Duran. One for the future. There is Watkins, Coutinho. Whipped one in. Oh, it's tipped over. It was worth an effort by Felipe Coutinho. I think it was tipped over by Edison. Allowed a lot of space, and it was really worth a goal. And it was. And it was saved by Edison. I think it might have been creeping in, or it might have been at least going off the bar. As the corner goes short, Matty Cash delivers. Looking for Durant. A little bit of a shove in the box, but nothing there. Conor Robert Jones. Only given one pen today, that ends. Kicking obviously towards the away fans, Aston Villa. John McGinn. Nice little change of dynamic there as he goes across to Moreno. Coutinho trying to make an impact. Great little ball, Moreno's in behind it. Chance, it's roughly crossed, it's palmed away. Really good goalkeeping by Edison. That was half a chance by Aston Villa. Cut open by Coutinho's really made a difference already off the bench. And Moreno, a really good ball across. Well, Conte was standing right behind Edison, ready to tap it into an empty net. And these 9 minutes could be interesting if Villa keep it this way as Coutinho again. Drifting inside, keeps going Coutinho. Up against Walker, and it's just a little bit of a slip. It's on for goalkeeper. It's really impressive. Little cameo here by Coutinho. I don't see it enough. It was a really good little pass. Moreno made it in behind, Foden didn't track him to let him go. It's a good defender. Maybe if he pulled it back a little bit, Anderson wouldn't have been there, but can't get into a danger area. Rodgers had to clear it. 8 minutes left. So pass that on. There is Will Ferrell at Trincono for NFC. So was an interview on the Sky. So he's apparently scouting for the American side. Interesting to see who he thinks is good enough for the MLS. The appearance at Wrexham yesterday. Race course. Here is Nathan Ake warming up, ready to come on. I expect Paul will be on to departure as I was a guessing man. Back it goes to Bernardo Silva, playing a very deep role. It's going away by Ganji though. There's one ball through. Oh, looking at Duran. Ganji just hasn't really settled into this half. As a young centre half, he's got a lot of potential, but given the way sloppy in possession, really, the Swiss international. Here he is on the ball again. Had a lot of starts this season. It's Alvin behind. Here, pulls it back. It's Morris. Oh my word! How on earth has he not put that to bed? What a chance! He can't believe it. I think he's now. Oh my god! Because I can't believe it. He can't believe it. I don't think City can. There's a really good ball in behind by De Bruyne. Alvarez in behind of Chambers. Took his time, pulled it back. Really good first touch by Morris, and wow, he has absolutely scored that. And he should score. He knows that. I think it took a little bit of bounce, but I'll talk about his professional footballer and his touch earlier. And I think I would score that. Sorry, Riyadh, if you're listening. But yeah, I think that's his last involvement. I think. Is it? Yes, it is. Nathan Ake does come on for Riyad Mahrez. Trying to work out what exactly. I think it'll be back to back four. Ake will go to left back. Laporte and Akanji walk up. It's a back four now. but it should be 4-1. Simply should be 4-1. As Martinez goes long. As Modric clears, and Chambers goes massively long. And the dump is below zero, fix it on. Looking for Alvarez. Here's Foden. Pushed over by Cash. 5 minutes left, and it's currently 3-1. Obviously, this is brought to you by the Commentary Hub. I've enjoyed this action. 5 minutes, been really good quality football. Manchester City, obviously. As the port goes cross field to Walker. As Moreno cuts it out, gets the throw in. I don't know how many minutes we added on. Don't think it'll be many. It's not been many sausages, to be fair, compared to the first half. As that's Moreno with the throw in. Obviously, brought in January. About 20 million from Betis. Here's Bernardo Silva, the right hand side corner. Pulls it back. Modric on the edge of the box. Alvarez trying to shimmy, getting up, shot routine, just didn't really get out of his feet. So working the fin. As McGinn defends well. Kamara. A great little flick by John Durant. It's got back by John McGinn. Well, Jones tried to play advantage there, but it's a free kick for Aston Villa. I think currently stats 17 shots for Manchester City compared to Aston Villa's 4, 9 shots on target compared to Spurs 2. 68% possession for the home side. The passes keep coming up, over 600 now. Okay, kisses out for a throw. As Reconza goes back to tomorrow. I've got to think about my man of the match. And that's it's really fun. I think there's plenty of there's me backing by Bernardo Silva from Coutinho. He's been pretty good off the bench, Coutinho. Good little cameo. She needs to add some more goals and assists, something since joining from Barcelona. Here, Douglas Luiz from that free kick at the semi-circle in the middle of the pitch. And here's Konza. Here's Cash. On the right-hand side, here's John McGinn. Given away by Bernardo Silva, Modric. One back. Here's Walcott. Played really well today, Carl Walcott. Now right centre back throw, now the right back throw. Here's De Bruyne trying to find Foden. That's audacious, but it's gone for a corner. New Foden's behind him. Couldn't really do anything about it. Got rid of it. With a minute and a half left of normal time. As De Bruyne will go over to take it. I think currently my man of the match, which is brought to you by Commentary Services. I think my man of the match has got to be on Gundogan. Means you can see whether Sky is actually agreeing with me. If they do apply a man of the match, but it's De Bruyne with the corner. It's flicked on by, I think it was a Kanji. Oh no, maybe not. We're going to play it. Gundogan's been class. Modric's been definitely up there. See Walcott, impressive. De Bruyne just standard. Kevin De Bruyne performance. Emmerich on is besides, half the path. They've not really created a lot of opportunities. I think those opportunities in the game definitely to kind of put a foothold in the game, especially after their goal. I think maybe they could try and get at their City defence, because I think there was vulnerability definitely in those channels early on, but they just didn't not really create much. But he still started well with Emery as Aston Villa manager. 4 minutes added on. Obviously, he took over Villa side that shouldn't really be anywhere near the bottom. Well, they've given Rodri the man of the match, so whether you want to believe that Rodri's man of the match or Gundogan, that's up to you. But I think Aston Villa will be okay this season. I'm not entirely sure where they'll finish. Got a reasonably decent amount of fixtures. I think you'll be looking at maybe like 10th, 11th, 12th, that kind of position. But I think it's all about kind of rebuilding. I think a lot of money is going to be spent in summer, because I think there's room for improvement going forward. Definitely at the back as well. Obviously, Cam James came in today. Not really played a lot for Villa this season. And so throw it down the right hand side. And here is Alvarez trying to raise some room. It's a bit of a pinball in that little corner. That's a free kick in Aston Villa's half as the time ticks away for Aston Villa. Unai Emery, Manchester City, 3 goals, looking like 3 points, looking like 3 points off the top of the table as well. With Arsenal to play this Wednesday and Forest on the weekend. It really is a huge result. Here's John Duran. Oh my word, that is some effort. That is absolute cork of an effort, but it's hit the bar and it's cleared away. I mean, what an absolute out of nowhere. It's just bouncing up, volleyed off the bar. So that would have been some goal. Definitely would have made the last 2 minutes a little bit more interesting. There's John McGinn trying to find Douglas Luiz, but it's just skipped away from him on the grass. I want to see that happen again, because that would have been something, absolutely something from the Colombian. It's just a long ball from Martinez, flicked on, checked that fired, and that is an absolute cork of an effort. Yeah, touchdown, left foot, volley, off the bar, can't really do any more than that. As close as you can physically get, and that would have been some Premier League goal, and he can't believe it. As he brought from Chicago Fire in MLS. Maybe Will Ferrell knows a little bit about him. Who knows? If he's a MLS scout. But just skipped away from Douglas Luiz. A little bit of a ball in behind. It could have been something. Edison looks perfectly fine. I don't think he's meant to take a save today. Edison. As Pep Guardiola remains in his seat in that cardigan of his. Listen to see what he says in his interview after the game. I think he'll be happy with his team's performance. It's been dominant. Obviously, when Villa have gone forward, maybe have created issues, but obviously they haven't really gone forward enough. Obviously, Wednesday can be a different test. As the ball goes long again, another free kick given. This time, City's way. 30 seconds to surely the final whistle. As Manchester City have definitely bounced back well. Aston Villa conceding 3 goals this time. Obviously, shipped 4 last week. I think Unai Emery will be disappointed with his team, but they'll be alright this season with Edison. Kicks it long. Robert Jones, eyes on him, and the whistle has gone. That is full time at the Etihad Stadium. 3 goals, 3 points. A really dominant performance by the home side. Pep Guardiola seemed happy enough. He will be happy enough. A little bit of a smile there. Goals from Rodri, Ilkay Gundogan, and a Riyad Mahrez penalty. Should have been more. It was cancelled out by Ollie Watkins' goal in the second half. A really good performance by midfield. Rodri, Gundogan especially. And yeah, really impressive as Aston Villa lose again against Manchester City. But thank you for listening to this alternative commentary brought to you by the Commentary Hub. I've really enjoyed this. Looking forward to doing more and see you again next time.